So today, I've got 4 new wands to share with you guys that I put together, and we'll get into wood length and wood types and stuff like that. I also, in one of the other videos that I shared some of the very first wands that I ever created, and one of which was my daughter's at the time, and I had mentioned that I made her a new one, and I'll share that with you guys today too. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first one is this one right here. It is pine, I believe, and this is some acrylic paint here. This is a stained, like a dark brown stain, and then there's some green acrylic that I used, kind of blended. And the idea was almost like it's based after a calla lily, and this is not black. Not sure how well it shows up on the camera as far as color wise, but it is actually a very dark purple, and a little piece of wood right there is the pistil that's stuck into the flower. It is not meant to be, proportionately accurate to how a calla lily looks, obviously, but it is obviously based off of one. And then up here, like I said, I kind of did these little, try to get some of the detail in there with the paint, like you might see on an actual calla lily, how it kind of veins up or blends with these little wisps here. So this one here is 12 inches, almost 12 inches exactly. And it is up on the shop and available for purchase. This was kind of inspired because my wife's love for calla lilies. It's one of her favorite flowers. And so as I was whittling away some of these, I had the idea of why not? Why not make one kind of inspired by the flower that she loves so much. And then you can see how it's carved in there to give it a little bit of a hint that the flower is actually kind of wrapping itself around, and then it fades into the handle down here. Yeah. So that is the first of 4 new ones that are up for sale that I'm sharing today. Next, we have, to be perfectly honest, as some of you may know if you've watched some of the other videos, is I don't know exactly what this wood is. It is from a stockpile of branches that I had left over from an old house of mine when I had to trim a whole bunch of branches off of a tree of ours. But I don't just necessarily want to... I'm not going to try and knock other people. I mean, you all have your own personal preferences and tastes, skill sets and whatnot, but I'm not going to just take a tree branch and carve off the bark and call it good. So I definitely wanted to, there was a little bit of a twist in the branch originally, which inspired me just kind of working with it and creating this twist right here in the handle. And then this is some brass inlay tubing here that works its way around in the handle. This is burnt. This side areas here, it's charred along there, and then I think I use a semi-gloss finish on this, so the lighting may make it seem a little bit brighter than what it is, but it's only just has like a slight little shine to it. And this is one that I'd consider to be handle heavy. The blade is actually relatively short on this. But me personally, I mean, like, that doesn't bother me at all. I like it. I still think it looks really interesting, one of the things that I really like about the twist right here is how it sits in your hand. How can I show that best? Let's see here. Kind of wraps a little bit around your palm. And then that's where I hold it, or where you would hold it. Right, like that. Again, up on this shop currently. You guys can go check it out. As with any other videos, past and present and future ones, please leave some comments below. Let me know what you like, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, anything like that. Totally open for discussion. So this next one is, I believe that this is maple. Maple was the same wood that I carved that stacked double mushroom wand out of. If you saw the one of the previous videos, you see it's like the orange double stacked wand. I forgot to mention what wood it was when I was doing it, but so maple. And I believe that this is maple as well. I do say that I believe that it is because it came from that stockpile of hardwood that I got from this gentleman that I met at Starbucks. I'm going to be releasing a future video where maybe I'll take y'all down into my garage. And when I said that he gave me a lot of hardwood, I mean, it's a lot of hardwood. And I have it underneath this workbench that I made in my garage, just stacked. And I tried to kind of separate it out to the different types, color tone, etc. But this next one is made of maple, and it is, I got inspiration from this one by, the inspiration for it comes from like a war club. I think it's like a Peruvian, I don't know. The tribe escapes me at the moment, but I've seen it, came across something similar to this online, and it's a very specific culture type of war club, I guess. So that's where this one comes in. This is some waxed twine that is wrapped around the handle there. The handle is this kind of aged accelerant gray that I put on there. This is all one same piece of wood. It has, like a lot of the other ones, it has the recessed areas is going to have like a black wash to kind of help some of these little like details here pop out, so it just reads a lot better both to the eye when you're like displaying it, and or, you know, if I mean, they're meant to be displayed and kept as collectibles, but if you ever take it to like a LeakyCon or just Halloween, or you'll do with it what you will. The intended purpose is display collector type. But there we go. Maple stained wax wrapped handle. And this one is, oh, I didn't tell you the length of the other one. That one is, I think, this one I think is about 10.5. It's right about 10.5 inches. This one is coming in right about 13 inches long. Currently on the shop and available for purchase. And this next one is, again, full disclosure, I don't know the wood type. It is one of the branches from the stockpile that I had, and I, you know, carved it up, threw it on the belt sander, which gave it all these recessed areas, burnt it, so I hit it with a torch, burning the edge here, and then kind of just raised it up and hit some of these, some of the raised areas here on the wand, which gave it the veining look. And to me, not necessarily Death Eater per se. To me, it kind of rides the line. It could be, if you're at all a Star Wars fan, I know this is Harry Potter, but if you're at all a Star Wars fan, this could almost be like a gray Jedi. Someone who's, if there is such a thing in the Harry Potter world, of someone who's kind of rides the line between Death Eater and Aura. Could be an Aura's wand. Or Death Eater. It's got a little bit of a Death Eater vibe to me. But this one is measuring in at about 13.25 inches. Also on the shop, also available. Those are the 4 new ones that are available for purchase that I came up with. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Here is, I'm going to go ahead and share another one with you. It's not for sale. It's not up in the shop. It is my daughter's new wand. Here is her old one that I shared in a previous video. It was kind of Hermione inspired, and it's got like the wrapping vine look type of deal there. So this was the one that I had made my 12-year-old back when she was like 7 or 8. Here is her new one, which I made for her this past Christmas. The red lid and the black base, I feel, kind of play with the coloring of the new one. And snug fit. I also did, so this is kind of like a paper wrapped sheet of poster paper lid, and then this is a vinyl wrapped base to the box. Most of the boxes are going to come in kind of a standard white. So for the ones that you purchased on the shop, they'll come in a standard white display case that you can put the wand up, much like back there, and you can set it up on your shelf and stack them if you have multiples, if you're so inclined. But this is the kind of standard white. I might do kind of standard black. There might be a couple of standard colors overall, but I am open to doing more custom vinyl wrap. We can do some. This has got like a really nice. It almost sounds like a vinyl record if you were to like. So without further ado, here is her padauk wand. This is it, and it's like I think it's like a faux velvet, but it's definitely a fuzzy, kind of shimmery insert here that holds the wand. All right, and here is my 12-year-old's new padauk wand. She really, and you can obviously see the similarities, and I'm glad that I'm sharing this along with this one, because my daughter really liked this one. So I was telling her, I was like, hey, I'll make you one for Christmas if you want. And so she's looking at this one, and she really liked it, but it was up for sale. And she's like, well, maybe this, but red, And I had recently purchased some exotic woods, padauk being one of them. So I did the wood burn here on the tip, and did the whole gradient deal. Trying to get the camera to focus here. So the wood texture, the wood grain on this is just really cool. You get these tiny, tiny, tiny recessed little areas in the wood. And it's got like an orangish red look to the wood. That's not paint, that's just how the wood looks. It's an exotic wood from, I believe, South Africa or West Africa. West Africa, I think it's West African padauk. And so, again, did these kind of belt sander recessed areas, then hit it with the torch to give it the raised areas, this charred look, and there we are. Let me know what you think of any of them. You like this one? You like any of the other ones that showed up today in today's video? All of which, except this one and this one, are on the shop, available for sale. Let me know what you think. Are you liking the ones that you're seeing so far? Do you have a favorite of the ones that you've seen so far? What would you like to see more of? If there's a certain style you'd like to see more of, or something along those lines. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button for future videos and updates on new wand designs.